What's up, guys? Nicole Shines. Haven't done a video in a while, but I thought of an interesting topic, and as the title reads, I'm going to be telling you guys why it's hard to write bisexual characters. And I want to start this with two disclaimers. First of all, I love bi guys. I have nothing against them. I know there's this weird stigma against them. I don't really get it. I mean, like, I kind of get it, but it's not, obviously it's not valid because it's dumb. It's like rooted with like all this other stuff, like rooted back to AIDS and this stuff. If you want to see an informational video on it, you can just like look it up, because it's not a video I'm gonna give. And disclaimer too, that these are just my irritation writing, my fears, my little fears of writing these characters, but that's just me. Like, someone else, this is just from my head, like what I think of when I'm writing these characters or attempting to. These are just the little things that bubble up inside me, and I'm like, uh-oh, like what if I do that? I don't write scripts, I just kind of give pinpoints and then I kind of speak from there. So yeah, and I just want to give my history with writing by characters. If you follow me on my Instagram, it's called Crotos Franchise. I like posted pictures so far of my OCs, but I have not posted any official stories yet, except the one of Scotty and his bisexual story of himself, one of my characters. But yeah, but I just want to say that right now I have 8 bi male characters right now, compared to 7 female bi characters and 5 that are like either non-binary, genderqueer, stuff like that. So I have a history of writing these kind of characters. We're gonna get to talking about those characters more in depth later. I just wanted to bring it up now that I have experience with writing a character that identifies as bisexual. I have a lot, and I won't be including all of them because not all of them I'm ready to put out there yet. So I'm just gonna be talking about the ones that are on my Instagram or I'm thinking of coming out with, no pun intended. The points I would like to make are one of the reasons I find it hard is list number 1 is the lack of representation in the media. If you watch like child cartoons, you keep up with that. I don't fully do, but I do. I've watched The Owl House, and I'm trying to watch Amphibia, like stuff like that. And even in the realistic shows, there's not a lot of bisexual male characters out there. Like, I can't really think of one except one I found the other day. I don't recall the show, but I could probably play a clip here. It's Daryl Whitefeather. Don't ask me the show because I cannot remember, but I did see it when I was looking through a list. And honestly, if someone asked me, hey, can you name me one bisexual male character, I'd just sit here like this, like, I really can't name any. And that's like the main problem, is we don't see a lot of them. And like, when it comes to queer relationships in the media, you mostly see WMM. Wait, I said that wrong. WLM. WLW, which means women that love women. Like Amity and Luz from the Owl House. Kadora and I can't say that name. And Adora from the She-Ra and the Princess of Power series. Oh wait, I just thought of one bisexual character. Bo from the She-Ra and Princess of Power. There's also a couple of characters, but I can't remember what's the one that sticks out. The point is, you don't see a lot of them, so it makes it harder for someone like me that like strives with inclusivity. I love writing inclusively. It's just hard. 2 is being scared of ensuring stereotypes that are plagued onto bisexual men. I can't really like the whole, I can't think right now. I should have kind of wrote something down. But like, even like little things, like how they dress, like cuffing jeans, tucking shirts, like, you know, or like, I don't know, like sometimes like maybe being a little more on the feminine side, that kind of thing. That's one of my biggest fears, because I feel like if I do that, I'm gonna be like offending a community that I'm just trying to celebrate. And fear number 3, which I will pull out some of my characters to describe this one, is the fear of making my bisexual male characters too similar to each other. 2 characters that I think I've made a little similar that worry me and then make me like just be like, oh shoot, am I making the same character? Is be Scotty and one of my upcoming characters that has not been posted yet, Gabriel. They're both I wrote down as their descriptions, both of them are soft, chill guys who are very likable but a little pushover, who are dating, who are with women that are more like powerful, like bold, like out there, they both have that in common, and they're both like the same kind of mold, but they react to things differently. But when I look at those two, I'm just like, did I just make the same character just with like a different skin tone and different hair? It just feels like that. And then I'm like, dude, am I like, back to, am I doing like stereotypes? Am I like contributing to that? Two other characters that I kind of see have little similarities, not as much as Scotty and Gabriel, are Sean and Ashanti. They're both characters that are rough around the edges, but they do have their soft spots. And there's more details, but I can't give all of them because that'll be a spoiler for my series. But like, it's like, am I making the same character? Am I just doing the same thing? Doing something that worked for me in the past, and I'm just making it new with a different mold. Another fear of mine, which is pretty obvious, is number 4, that I am scared that I'm not the right person to represent these characters. Coming as, yeah, I am a bisexual. Let me see, let me pull up my flags. Just in case you don't believe me, I am a bisexual woman myself, so even though I am that, we have that thing in common that we both are bisexual. What the difference with me is that I'm writing bisexual men while being a bisexual woman. So sometimes I feel like maybe I'm just not the right person because I don't have that experience of being a man, and I don't feel like a man, any of that. So, kind of basic one. I don't really know how to get into more detail of it, but you get the gist. Number 5 is like, am I making them too bisexual or not bisexual enough? Which sounds really stupid, and it links up to the scared of stereotyping, sharing stereotypes point I made, but it's like, am I presenting them as too like feminine or too masculine, or am I doing the whole, oh, you're bisexual, you tuck your shirts in, you cuff your jeans, wear flannels? Am I doing that too much, or am I doing that enough?
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the.
It's a struggle with me, like especially this one, with me as a person who deals with internalized biphobia. It's very common within us. I feel like I've read about it. It's hard because I feel that upon myself. If I'm not dressing gay or bisexual enough, I just kind of like, oh shoot, let me gay it up, I don't know, it sounds really stupid, but I feel like anyone that is bisexual like has that fear, like, am I being too straight, am I not being gay for this certain group of people? Because it's really common to struggle with that. I've come to see it's upsetting, but it's true. So I like put that fear onto my characters, like, am I doing it wrong? But there's, in reality, it's an irrational fear because there's no way to be bisexual or whatever. There's just stereotypes that people try to put on us that we shouldn't care about, really. And last but not least, my 6th reason for why it's hard to write bisexual male character, or male bisexual character, I don't know if I said that wrong, is that I am scared of, I'm scared of betraying my men wrong. Wait, no. It says right here on the list, I didn't know how to write this, so I said I'm just scared of betraying, a bad portrayal, like making evil or bad or anti-heroes that are by men, and like people seeing these characters and then looking at them like at a bad light, which shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't like look at a character like that because of their sexual orientation. It's like I'm scared like people like maybe younger than me, or people that are older than me that are a little close-minded, just like looking at my character and thinking, oh, they're all like that. And I don't want to be that person that makes people look at them the wrong way when others don't know the past of the stigma against bi men. I don't want to be that person, So I'm like scared of writing an evil, like I said, or bad or whatever character that's not like super positive and yippee or whatever and happy. You know what I mean? Like a darker character. Like I'm scared that I am writing them in a by men in a bad light, and it's not what I want to do. I just want to tell stories. Okay, I forgot to link this up with my first point, but I want to add to my closer that with the lack of representation, we see a lot more bisexual female characters in the media. Like, I was watching a video the other day, right here, so it looks like the thumbnail, and it's like, you see it on the screen. It's about like bisexual cartoon characters, and if you watch through most of the video, like I'm watching, I barely see anyone that are men. It's mostly female or other identities, you know? And it's just, that's another thing that makes it hard, is that that's what you see more of. You see more female getting the representation of being bisexual, but in all honesty, men can be bisexual. It shouldn't be like uncommon or anything. It shouldn't be frowned upon because it's a female woman thing. It's dumb. Lack of representation kind of, you know, when you look at the media, like cartoons, or you look at books, it's like usually when that kind of material inspires people, and that's where I draw some of my inspiration from, is like reading, writing, or like posts I see on social media. Like, you don't see a lot of ones about by men, so it's really hard for you to like come up with stuff. Okay, the real closure for this video is going to be that no matter what, this is how no matter the sexual orientation of a character, gender identity, any of that should not be the main part of the character. That should not be the character's whole personality, is that they're bi, they're non-binary, transgender, stuff like that. That shouldn't be their whole personality. The personality of the character shouldn't be that. It should be like, oh, this character is all go lucky, go happy, bright and stuff, and they should be like, oh, and they so happen to be omnisexual or something like that. It shouldn't be their whole personality. You should write a character and then like add their identity later. You shouldn't pinpoint your like pen on making a character that is non-binary. You shouldn't make that their whole story. You need to like add layers to it, because like Shrek says, an onion has layers, lots of layers. That can't be their whole character arc, is that yes, they're trans. Like, you can like make a story about how they struggle with being trans, or they eternally struggle, or they struggle with family members that are unaccepting, like stuff like that. You know, they're like also like a model or something, like they have a modeling career, they have a relationship with blah blah blah, like stuff like that. It shouldn't be like the main focus of the character. It can't be their full story, because that feels like
I can't think of the words right now, wait.
It feels like you're forcing your character down our throats. And I'm not trying to say you're trying to turn people gay or whatever. That's not what I meant. It feels like it's forced. The character is forced if that's their whole like character arc, is like their sexual identity or their gender identity. It feels forced. This video was about like irrational fears. That's what I should have really called this video. It's all in the head, because I'm only human and I know the facts of like the case. Like, don't make that their whole personality. And I try my hardest not to do that. And I think I succeed with it. I just struggle with little fears, you know? I'm human. In conclusion, I hope you guys liked my video. And just let me know if you have like any other fears of writing by male characters. Like, if there's any others in the comments, I'd love to read about them. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.